Okay.
31st of May, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora. Okay.
Okay. So we were in the middle of reading these Rashis about this case of the Gozel es Aviv. So just again to review this case, the case was Gozel es Aviv Nishbaloi, guzzled from his father. He swore uh, to the father he didn't guzzle, and then the father was mace. And somewhere along the line, he made a hodah. Oh, I just thought of a reason why Rashi would say what he says. Uh-huh. Okay, I'm not sure it's right. And then the Mishnah says um, he's going to pay Karen. In other words, have to give it all back, even though part of it is his because of the Yerusha. He's not uh, he's not prevented from getting his Yerusha because he guzzled it. He's got to give it back, and then he'll get his Yerusha presumably. But he's got to pay Homish ba'asham, bring an asham, uh, to the banim, meaning to the inheritors. Oh, the achiv. If there's no banim, and then there's only if there's brothers, so then to the inheritors. And okay, so that's the case, and then we have these words that Rashi's going to explain for us. If he doesn't want, or she'elo loive, or she'elo, or he doesn't have, doesn't want to do it, he doesn't have the ability to do it, loive, so then he'll have to borrow it. Obali chov boin winifroim, and then the creditors will come and collect their what's owed them. Okay, so Rashi's going to explain what does this last part mean over here that he doesn't want or he's not able, and then the creditors will come and get what's due them. So we'll start over here with Rashi Ein Lo.
Okay, let's see if I can find it.
The three lines from the bottom. It's the middle of the first wide line in Rashi.
I got it. Ain low. I don't have it. Nish. I'm sorry. Nich sim kol kach shiachol livatar al elko o she'ain rotze lahafsid talku. So what is nichsim?
Nechasim is the plural of the word neches, which means property.
Property. So much that he ate.
Shiachol, that he's able.
I'm sorry, that he's able levatar. I don't know.
Vatir, to forego and excuse and not demand al kelko on his portion of the Yerusha.
Okay. Oh, she'ain rozeh. Or he doesn't want
right?
lehefsid chelko. He doesn't want. What's lehefsid, to give up?
To lose it,
He doesn't want to lose his part.
right?
What did he say? Let's see.
These are on the words of the Mishnah that say, right after we said what the din is. The din is that he has to pay Karen. We're mainly focusing on the, well, it has to do with the Chumash as well. He has to give a Karen. Oh, here comes Alan. Just a second. Alan's coming in. He has to give a Karen, and he also has to pay a Chumash for swearing falsely over here, after having admitted that he swore falsely. So all he got in his gezel was the equivalent of what the Karen is, and now he's got to pay back Karen and Chumash, a fifth more of what he's of the total that he stole. Right. And so now we're saying if he either then the Mishnah went on and said if he doesn't want to give he doesn't want to give it, or he push it, he doesn't have that he doesn't have it. He doesn't have that total amount that he needs to give. So then the Mishnah, that's what Rashi is talking about so far, and in this Rashi, and I'm just not really sure why it is that it says that he's worried he's going to lose his chelik, other than just a practical consideration. In other words, right? Rashi mentions the fact that he doesn't want to do this because he doesn't want to be mavatir on his chelik. He doesn't want to relinquish the right to pursue his chelik. So I don't know why Rashi is saying that. Why does who said that he has to who says that why is that? It doesn't seem right. It would seem that he's a Goslin. He's got to give back what he stole. And but what does that have to do with losing his portion of the Yerusha? He's still gonna. He's got to do this, and he's got to do this. What does it have to do? I'm not following the reason why Rashi's. It doesn't seem like that would be correct in the halacha. Rashi says a couple times he doesn't want to be mavater on his chelik. He doesn't want to lose out on his chelik in the Yerusha. What reason is there that he's going to be losing out on the chelik of his Yerusha? He's obligated to get a Yerusha just like everybody else is obligated. All we're saying is that he has to give back what he stole. So he's got to give back what he stole and also add on a chumash, a fifth as well. But why does that mean that he has to give up on his chelik in the Yerusha? I don't understand.
Could it be that it has to do with the percentage of the whole that each person gets. Maybe he's afraid that they'll say the whole is however much it is without his portion. Let's say there's the estate is worth $500, and he stole an animal that was worth 100. So now the question is, what's the total? Is the total 500 or is the total 400? Let's say there's three brothers. Does he get a third of 400 or a third of 500? Maybe he's afraid he's going to get a third of 400.
Okay, so again, this goes to the question of, is Rashi talking about what his personal fears are? Or is Rashi talking about what his right to collect is?
Right.
Is there a note on the art scroll on this segment of the Mishnah, or something that they explain this Rashi?
Good question. Let's see. Ain love.
Rabbi, what page are we on now?
On
1092?
108 B4.
Where were you before? Okay.
I'm looking at footnote 31. I'm not sure if this is what we're talking about or not. Let me read it to you. For example, if the robber has two brothers, so that he by right inherits 1/3 of the property that he stole, and he borrows an amount equal to the value of the stolen property, the creditors may confiscate 1/3 of the stolen property in payment of 1/3 of his debt, and then collect the remaining 2/3 directly from him. If he borrows only 1/3 of the value of the theft, then the portion of the robbed property that the creditors confiscate covers his entire debt. The robber thus fulfills the dictate to return that which he robbed without forfeiting his share of it. And they're quoting Rashi.
Okay, that sounds like the next Rashi that we didn't read yet, with the Bali Chov, with the creditors. Do they have nothing before that?
Yeah, there's another one before it. Rashi states that the Mishnah refers to a case where the robber admitted his guilt after the father's death. The implication is that if he confessed during the father's lifetime, he would be able to keep the portion of the theft that is due him as his share of the estate. Maharsha objects strongly to this suggestion, arguing that regardless of when the son confesses, he must eliminate the stolen property from his possession. I'm not sure that this is really answering.
Okay, that's going on the Rashi before the Rashi that we want to have explained. Okay. So
I guess we don't have a footnote on it.
okay, so So you see, though, clearly from the comment of the Marsha that there does seem to be some type of a forfeit of the chelik of this son that gazeled from the Yerusha, the gazeled from the father. Okay, I wish it was. It seems to me that this Rashi before the one that we read. Mishalim Karen Bechol Shel Aviv Ol Achiv Shel Aviv Imein Ubonim V'Yafo Gav the Nofla Yerusha Kamei. Even though with the father's death, I'm reading from Rashi, the Rashi before Dibur Masel Elo. Rashi it goes into this issue with the Yerusha to the Goslin over here. Trying to read this Rashi. Rashi says, Afugav, the Nofla Yerusha Kamei Deheach. Even though the Yerusha falls before the Kamei Deheach.
What is Hayach?
Hayach would be referring to others, not to the. Even though the Yerusha falls Kamei Deheach, comma, even though the Yerusha comes Kamei Deheach, the Goslin needs to do Hashaba, needs to return the stolen property of his father. And he can't hold any of the stolen property back. Afilu keneged chelko, even that which corresponds to his portion of the Yerusha. And we have a problem with that. Of course, he has to return everything that he stole. Well, one might have thought
Rabbi, maybe what he's saying is part of what I stole is my inheritance. Let's say he stole a cow worth $300, and there's two brothers. So maybe what he's saying is I don't have to return the whole $300 cow because $100 of that cow is mine. So I only have to return the $200.
Afogav the Nofla Yerusha Kamei Deheach. Yeah, those words are a little bit. I'm not sure what he's referring to when he says Deheach. Even though the Yerusha.
When it says Ein Me'akav Afilu Keneged Kelko, he can't hold back even if it's corresponds to his portion. That's where I'm getting my idea from.
Okay. Since he guzzled the whole cow, and it didn't belong to him, he's got to return it. Right. He's got to return the cow that he guzzled.
And he says, I would have inherited a third of that cow. So I shouldn't return the whole thing. I should only return 2/3 of the cow.
Okay.
And what Rashi is saying is no, he can't say that. He's not allowed to do that. He's got to return the whole cow.
Right. Okay. It doesn't really, even so, it doesn't really answer the what Rashi's saying in the next Rashi's about he doesn't want to lose his portion of the Yerusha. It's okay. Maybe we'll read the next Rashi. The Eitzah is to read the next Rashi. Maybe we'll get more of an insight about what it means that he's losing his halak of the Yerusha by having to make the hashava of the gazela that he gazeled. That's the issue over here that I do not understand. What does the mitzvah of having to return the what he stole? What does that have to do with losing his halak of the Yerusha? I don't see it has anything to do with it. And yet that's what the Rashi's talking about. That's what the Maharsha is talking about. So maybe this next Rashi will help us out a little bit.
Okay. Let's see. It's Helko. No, that's the end of the. It's Lova.
Yeah.
Okay, so Lova is to borrow. May achris umeshiv la'achos la'achav the kayem mitzvos hashava.
Right.
So it says that from others, what is Meshiv?
He will return.
The return to his brother, to fulfill the mitzvah of Hashava, returning.
Return, right. In other words, here I understand this part. It says that this is going on the part of the mission that says if he doesn't have the the amount that he needs in order to make restitution to the brothers to fulfill the mitzvah of Heshivas Agzela. And so what the Mishnah says that he's required to borrow. He can't just say, oh, sorry, I can't do it. He's required to borrow it, and borrow the money, and then fulfill the mitzvah of giving back what he stole.
Right.
Now, this interesting point over here, he's not giving back to the one that he stole from. He stole from the father. The father is no longer capable of giving back to. So in that case, the din is that the mitzvah of Hashava is to give it to the inheritors of the one that was stolen from. So that's why it says over here, Heshiv le'echav. He gives and then after when he borrows the amount that he needs to give back to his brothers in order to fulfill his obligation, his mitzvah of hashava, of returning the stolen item that he stole. And now this next Rashi is on the last phrase of this Mishnah. Of this din of the Mishnah, and the creditors will now come and get paid what's due them. Which creditors are we talking about? Whose creditors are they? And what it is that these what is the what are they owed? Which this is referring to this is referring to the money that he borrowed. He'll borrow from others, and then the Bali Chov, the ones that lent him the money, they will collect. Boin Nifroim, they will come and also get paid their share. Let's see what Rashi says over here. What's the chiddush that the Mishnah needs to tell us that the people that lent the money are gonna get paid? There's some chiddush over here in this that they're gonna be getting paid. Maybe what are they gonna get paid from exactly? How much portion, whatever it is? Let's see. What's the chiddush?
Okay, so Balei Chov are the creditors. Ba'in, they will come v'nif ra'in, and they will collect.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rashi says min hashava, from the thing that's returned.
Yeah, I have here actually a note that that says there's another text in the Rashi.
Yeah,
that reads,
a little vav.
Yeah, it says that they'll collect min shlish hayerusha. They will collect from a third of the Yerusha. Whatever it is that they have to collect, they'll collect it from a third of the Yerusha.
That is weird. Where did they get a third from?
Yeah, I don't know.
It says next thing is es kelko, his portion.
Whose portion?
Mean from a third of his portion? From the return of his portion? I don't know.
In shlish hayerusha eskelko. I guess the portion. Yeah, I don't know. It's not clear to me at all. It's not clear. Let's read further.
Keep going. For example, im hayu shanis.
Im hayu shnayim achim.
Oh, shnayim. If there are two achi brothers,
Right.
V'hu shalishi, and it is a third.
And he is the third brother, I think it means.
Oh, and he is the third. Okay, it makes sense. Nifraim, Bale Chovim, Min Ha Shava Shalish Ahuv V'hashar Yigvo Mimenu. So I think that the third is coming from the idea that there's three brothers. They're saying, for example, there's three brothers. He is one of three brothers.
Right.
That's where the third comes from. So if there is there are two brothers and he is the third brother, what is Nifraim?
They're going to be paid back.
Yeah. Paid back. Bale Chovim,
That's all the noise and
they pay back the creditors
somewhat worth it.
from
I think though that, there's more to come, a lot more.
the rest of
So,
what is this Gigbo?
Yeah, okay, here we have these three words are in parentheses, and we have a Zion over here telling us that there's an emendation to these words altogether.
Okay, that makes it harder.
January, February, March, April, and May.
I'm gonna be-
I tried skipping them, but you didn't let me.
Oh, you know what? I made a mistake.
How much did you figure it?
The first os by the word hashaba was a vav,
Right.
and over there it just says instead of saying from the hashaba from the Yerusha, doesn't say a third over there. It just says from the Yerusha. They'll be paid. Bali Chov says it's a run on Rashi. Bali Chov boin v'nifroin min ha Yerusha. They will come and get paid back from the Yerusha. That's what that vav. That's a vav next to the word hashaba. That's what it says.
So that means
So
the thief's Yerusha?
Okay, we'll take it.
from the
Yerusha.
they'll get paid back from the entire Yerusha, his chalik, meaning the chalik. Now you understand who the chalik is. It's the chalik of the son that dazzled. Because that's what if we read the rest of the Rashi, that's what Rashi's going to explain now. He says, Kagon. The basic pshat that Rashi's saying is that these Balicho that lent money to the son that stole, because he needs to make hashava. He needs to return the stolen property to his brothers, who inherited the right to receive the stolen property of their father, in order to fulfill the mitzvah of return the stolen thing that you stole. So now the Mishnah says, and how is it? What are the rights of these creditors that lent to this third son who gazzled? Their rights are going to be limited, it seems. At least, well, we'll see. We'll see in a moment. The limitation is how much are they going to be able to collect from the Yerusha? The Yerusha, they would like to be able to collect all of their all of what they loaned to this guy, to this Goslin, from the Yerusha. That's what they'd like, because they see that there's a lot of money over there. But Rashi says no. That the Mishnah says they're only going to be able to collect from the chalik of the borrower, his chalik in the Yerusha, the one that dazzled and borrowed from them. So if he's there's three sons, so they're only going to be able to collect from his portion of the Yerusha, and then the rest of what they're going to need to collect they're going to have to collect from him personally. They won't be able to. In other words, they will not be able to touch the Yerusha that's going to the other two sons. They won't be able to get paid what they need to be paid from the son that borrowed from them, from the Yerusha of the other sons. So therefore, that's what Rashi is saying over here, Kagon. Im hayu shnayim achin, if there was two brothers, other than this third brother who was the Goslin, he's the Shlishi, he's the third brother. So how will these Bali Chovin, how will these creditors get paid back? What is their rights over here? Their rights are as follows. They're gonna get paid
That's good. Thanks. Bye. Love you. Bye.
Means Shlish HaYerusha. They have the right to collect up to a third of the total amount of the Yerusha.
Okay. So how are you, first of all?
And if that doesn't satisfy the amounts, if that satisfies the amount that they borrowed, so then good. But if it doesn't, so then they're going to need to. Then they have the rights. They have the right to collect the remaining amount that they lent to this third brother. Hashar yigbu mimenu, and the rest of it they'll collect from him, from him. Meaning from the I think that who that means is that the third brother that Gosled.
Yeah.
If he, in other words, if he has any other assets,
Yeah.
in over and above the amount that he was entitled to the Yerusha, they'll be able to get paid back from those personal assets that he had, other than the assets that he's getting from the Yerusha, in order to get paid back in full the amount they borrowed him.
So
Lent him.
radiate down to the knee also.
And that's what the that's what the note that you read before from the Rashi's was talking about.
Right. I think we're out of time.
We're out of time. Okay. So now we understand why it is. I think that he is afraid to lose his Yerusha. This would be one example of it. That he's going to need to borrow money, and then they're going to, in order to pay back what he needs to get, what he has, and then he's going to lose his Yerusha, because they have a right to collect for money they lent him from his Yerusha.
Right, so they collect the money, and then when it comes time for him to get his Yerusha, the brothers say, well, we already paid your Yerusha to your creditors, so you don't get nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that may be how it works.
No, someone's got to be home.
Okay, Rabbi, thank you. Have a great day.
Okay. All the best.
4 o'clock, Lou?
Yes, 4 o'clock.
Okay.